Hey, it's Pastor Craig. Looking forward to seeing all you guys for our men's Uno night. Should be a lot of fun. I thought I'd take a few seconds here to explain the rules of Uno, the official rules. We're going to be playing Championship Edition, which is a lot of fun. Don't worry about it all. It's just not your kid's game of Uno. It follows the actual official rules of Uno. Yes, there are official rules. I played it a lot of times in college with buddies, and it is hysterical. It's a lot like a poker night in that you can play a lot of people. We could have 4 or 5 tables of guys going, and you'll play at your own table. And then as you get eliminated, the tables can get combined and shrink down to one mega final table, and we can all kind of enjoy the fun as we watch who will win it all. So for Uno, those of you who aren't familiar, there are 4 colors, and you just match. You get dealt 7 cards, and you match the color or the number. You play your turn, you play 1 card and play that card. If you can't, you draw 1 card and 1 card only. If you can play that 1 card, you go ahead and can play it. If not, you move on to the next person. So the cards are 0 through 9 of every color. And then there's also a few specialty cards. There's a skip card where you just skip to the next player. There's a draw 2 card where you have the next player draw 2 and that's their turn, and then you move on to the next player. And there's a reverse card, and that reverses the play to the other direction. If you're dealt any of these cards, you place 1 card face up. If you receive any of these specialty cards, then you have to perform that task. The only exception is a wild draw 4, which is just put underneath the bottom of the deck. It's not in today's rules, but in the rules that I grew up with or I played with in college, that was distinct. You can't get a draw 4 played on you to start. Just put that underneath the deck and put a new card face up. There are some advantages. So when you get done with the game, when somebody goes out, we should probably talk about that. When you have 2 cards remaining in your hand and it's the start of your turn, you have to call Uno, alerting everyone you're about to win on your next turn. So you have, from the start of your turn, when the player plays in front of you, to call Uno while you still have 2 cards. You have all this time to say Uno anytime until you put the card down on the discard pile. You can still call Uno as long as your finger is on it. Once your finger lifts off of that card, you now just possess 1 card. And if you don't say Uno, someone else can say Uno, and you have to draw 2 cards as a penalty. It's a judgment call, whether you say it or they say it first. Listen, you've got all this time to say it, so just say it then. And if you get to this point, you're probably dead in the water on Uno. When someone does go out, they're the winner of that round, and then everyone else counts up the points that they have in their hand, and it stays with them. So 0 through 9 are worth their points. This would be worth 9 points. The 6 is underlined the other way. The specialty cards are worth 20 points, and that would be your draw 2s, skips, and reverse. If you're held any of those, caught with any of those in the end, you get those 20 points. Wild and wild draw 4s are worth 50 points. When you get to 500, personally, when you get to 500 points, you're eliminated from the game and the table shrinks down 1. There are some advantages to strategically holding on to draw 2s and draw 4s and making this your last play. If you play a draw 2 on your very last play, the next player has to draw 2 cards and they take those points. So in this case, your opponent would be taking 100 points, 250 wild cards. So you can really damage somebody by holding on to those draw cards. But it's a bit of a gamble because if you hold on to it and somebody else goes out, you take those points. So it's kind of fun that way. Your points stay with you even if we move around tables, shrink tables down. If I've got 288 points at this table and I go to the next table, I still have 288 points and we redeal. Kind of like poker chips, they travel with you if you've ever played a poker tournament, but we're not gambling, so it's a lot of fun that way. Other things we want to talk about, wild draw 4s can only be played when you have no other card to play. So if it's a blue 9 to you and you have a blue card or you have a 9 of another color, you have to play that card. If you have a regular wild, not draw 4, you have to play that as well. If you don't have any other play, then you can play the wild draw 4. If you play a wild draw 4, the person that you're playing on can either draw 4 cards and that's the end of their turn, or they can challenge you that you're lying and that you do have a card you can play or you don't realize it, in which case you have to show your entire hand to that opponent and that opponent only to prove that you don't have another card you can play. If you do have a card you can play, then you draw 4 cards, not your opponent, and you have to play that card that you can play. I'm trying to think what else to tell you about the game. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. We'll go over it again that night. We got pizza on, we got football on, so if you get eliminated early, you can watch some football or play some side games. We're hoping to be in the new youth room, which will be a lot of fun, be renovated space. They've got a fireplace like I do here at home. So it should be a great environment. We've got a lot of guys coming. There's still time to invite a friend. Just click on the link, or if you haven't signed up yourself, go ahead and do that and join us for a fun night of Uno and fun.